In this video we're going to be looking at how we use a protractor. Okay, so as we go through this unit we're going to be measuring different angles and estimating different angles, and the best way to do that is using a protractor. So we're going to use an online version that we have here. Obviously you'll have one that you'll do with your hands, but we're just going to do a practice with this online one here so you get an idea of how to set it up. So over here on the right I have ways that there are a few steps of how we need to measure angles. So we've got angles that are less than 180, and we're going to do an example of this one first. So it's important that we place the center point of the protractor, so which is this sort of blue line here, over the vertex of the angle. So we know that the vertex is the middle point of any angle, so we have the arms, okay, which move into the vertex and then go out from that side, and we always want to make sure that you start with the zero. So on these protractors, we've got different protractors here. You'll see this one here in the middle starts from 0 to 180, and on the other side 0 from 180. That's just so we can change those around. You might see other different protractors that sort of look like this one here, as I just move that one around, and these ones are sort of handy because you'll see that they've got the little extra line there that shows us every 5 degrees, so it gives us a little extra help with that one, unlike this one here. So let's measure this one here, so we'll see how we go. So what I'm going to do, I always start off, put the center of the protractor on the vertex, and what you want to do is you want to line the baseline of the protractor with the arm angle, and you want to start with 0. So I'm going to set this protractor up here so it starts at 0. I've lined it up with that, any arm, doesn't matter, and I'm going to measure here. So I'm going from 0 across now, so I can measure this angle here. So I go 0, 10 degrees, 20 degrees. Now I can see that this lies in between 20 and 30, and if I count that across, that will be 5. So this angle here should be 25 degrees. Now I'll check to see what our answer is here, and we've got that 25 degrees there. So I've got the angle. Remember, when we label our angles, we go A, B, C. We have that angle form, so it's A, B, C, or C, B, A, whichever way you want to do that, and we got that one correct. So let's try a different one this time. In this one we have a angle which is greater than 180. And there are 2 ways that we can do this. I'm going to show you those 2 ways. So firstly, it's important that we know what an angle above 180 is, and that it's sort of, we're going to all the way around to 360. So there are 2 ways that we can do that. The first way is that we could find out what the missing angle is here. So as you can see, as the angle goes around here, we are missing this angle here. So what we can do is, if we find out what this angle is, what we can do is subtract that from 360, and that will give us an answer. Okay, so let's try and do that now. So the process is the same, except you want to arrange it around so you're trying to find the missing angle. So here I'm going to still line it up on the vertex. I'll adjust it so I have my 0 on one of the arms, and what I want to try and find is this angle here, because that will be able to give me what's missing from 360. So starting from 0, go all the way around, and I notice that this one will be 150. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this will be 158. And what I can do then is, if I subtract 158 from 360, that will give me my answer. So 360 minus 158 will give me 202. So my angle here is 202. So this angle that goes all the way around past 180 is 202. Now the other way you can do that is simply by measuring, knowing that this is bigger than 180, and you can do an addition here. Or if I find the angle for this part here and add that to 180, that's another way I could do that. So if I've got this on the straight line, okay, so I've got it on the straight line, which I know is 180, and if I start from here, this 0, and add up this way, I'll be able to add that to the 180. So I've got 1, 0, 10, 22, so 180 plus 22 will give me the answer of 202. So there are two ways that you can measure an angle greater than 180. It's either finding the missing angle and subtracting that from 360, or finding the extra angle and adding that to 180. And as you can see, we've got the same answer for both ways. Let's see what the actual answer is, and it is 202. So they're the ways that you need to understand how to measure an angle using a protractor for any angle that's less than 180 and any angle that is greater than 180. So make sure you set it up on the 0 and you measure and read on from that line there.